I don't want to sleep, have a dream I lose my teeth. This is what we can hear in KennyHoopla's song ONE TULIP. This is actually a dream that I do almost on a regular basis, and so this inspired me to try something new today. So, as you guessed it, today we're gonna talk about dreams. So I have 2 reoccurring dreams, and we will do something that is not scientifical at all, which means I'm going to ChatGPT, type my dreams and see what they mean. And from that, I'll check if it checks out or not. And then I will try to look for other dreams, most reoccurring dreams that people have, and let's see if you recognize yourself in those dreams. So the most reoccurring dream that I have is losing my teeth. Once I watched a video of Trixie Mattel, she's a drag queen, and she was talking about doing this dream and that apparently it means that you are afraid of losing something, to which she replied, yeah, losing your teeth. And I was like, this is exactly it. As soon as I feel my teeth moving a bit or whatever, I get pretty scared. So for me, I would say this is that actually I'm scared of losing my teeth, but let's see what the scientist ChatGPT says. What does it mean when you dream that you lose your teeth? So ChatGPT says dreams about losing teeth are actually quite common, and they can hold a variety of meanings depending on the context of the dream and the dreamer's life. Here are some common interpretations. Anxiety and stress. I have no idea what they are talking about. Dreams about losing teeth often symbolize feelings of anxiety, worry, or lack of control in your life. Teeth are tools we use daily, so dreaming about losing them can reflect concerns about your ability to handle things. This dream may emerge if you are feeling overwhelmed by something, whether it's a specific event or just general life pressures. I feel a bit seen, and this is scary. But feeling overwhelmed by general life pressures, being overwhelmed by everything. Anxiety also, Lack of control, I wouldn't say that because I'm not a very controlling person, but I also said once that I was not an anxious person, and it turns out I am very anxious. So maybe ChatGPT is right, even though it hurts me to say that. I see already what they are saying next, and I feel more and more seen, but let's continue. Fear of aging or insecurity about appearance. Losing teeth can symbolize fears around aging, beauty, or self-image. Teeth are associated with youth, attractiveness, and vitality, so dreaming of their loss might reflect insecurities around physical appearance or aging. I mean, it makes sense, but not so much. I am not the most self-confident in how I look like, but I actually don't think this is for me. But I also completely understand, I'm actually afraid of losing my teeth because then it would not look so good, or at least not in the normal way of how people see things. So actually maybe not so wrong. And then they still say, so in the fear of aging, if you're going through changes that affect how you see yourself, such as career transitions, relationship changes, or health issues, these feelings might manifest in this type of dream. If you know me personally, you know that I am currently looking for a job. So ChatGPT, if you can stop those cameras that you have in my apartment, please. The third one, which I saw earlier and didn't say anything, but communication issues. Since we use teeth in speaking, dreaming of losing them may indicate feelings of inadequacy or frustration in expressing yourself. This could point to feeling silenced or not being able to say what you need to say. If you're struggling with a difficult conversation or finding it hard to speak up, a dream about losing teeth may reflect those feelings. This is not even funny anymore. This is the main reason of all of my issues in my life. So definitely, And it's funny because when I dream about losing my teeth, sometimes I also dream about, it's very specific, but as if I had like a huge chewing gum in my mouth instead of my teeth, and I cannot chew it, I cannot swallow it, I cannot spit it, so it's here, and I cannot talk. So yeah, I guess dreams actually reflect how you feel. ChatGPT ends with, ultimately, the best way to interpret a dream about losing teeth is to consider the personal feelings, experiences, and emotions you're dealing with. If you find yourself frequently dreaming of losing teeth, it may be your mind's way of encouraging you to address these underlying issues. No shit, Sherlock. So yeah, for me at least it would be, definitely anxiety and stress, communication issues, and transformation or personal growth. So yeah, checks out pretty much. The second dream I have, it is very specific. It's when I am surrounded with people, or at least in general, it's just one person, and that person is in my personal space, like way too close to me, and I ask them to back off. At first I ask in a very nice way, and little by little I get frustrated and I start screaming. And it can also happen almost most of the time that they poke me in the ribs. This is something that doesn't hurt, but is really, really uncomfortable. And sometimes I even feel like this is getting a bit graphic, but imagine if you can put your fingers under your rib and they push. And yeah, that's how I feel in my dream. And I scream even more and more, asking them to let go, but they never do. And it can be someone I know, or it can be someone that I just don't remember the face. So let's see how I can describe this to ChatGPT and what ChatGPT has to say about it. So my own interpretation before I read what ChatGPT says, and also my therapist interpretation, is that I have difficulties saying no, putting boundaries, and also expressing myself. And even my dream about losing teeth said that I cannot express myself and that I feel silenced. So this is my interpretation and my therapist. Let's say what ChatGPT says. Dreams about people invading your personal space, ignoring boundaries, and disregarding your request to back off are often symbolic of deeper feelings related to boundaries, autonomy, and personal safety. These kind of dreams can be unsettling, especially because they often highlight emotions like frustrations, vulnerability, and even anger. Here are some possible interpretations based on common themes associated with these dreams. Number 1, struggles with boundaries. Dreams of people entering your personal space and ignoring your pleas for distance often reflect real-life issues with boundaries. This might mean you're dealing with people who are overstepping limits, whether emotionally, physically, or psychologically. It could be someone at work, in your family, or within your friend group who isn't respecting your needs. If you feel in your waking life that you're not able to assert yourself or set clear boundaries, the dream may reflect this struggle, showing your inner frustration and need for self-protection. I don't think this is exactly true because I cannot think of any example of someone overstepping my boundaries, not respecting them. I'm quite lucky for that, because if that would happen, I don't know if I would be able to put boundaries, but this is not happening. So maybe it's just, let's see what they say later, but it's just, I have trouble saying how I really feel, saying no when I don't want to. It's more on the people pleaser side than just really having someone not respecting my boundaries, but let's see. Then number 2, feelings of vulnerability or powerlessness. This kind of dream may indicate feelings of vulnerability or helplessness, especially if the people in the dream ignore your request and even mock or belittle you. These dream characters could represent people or situations in your life where you feel you lack control and others are disregarding your needs or minimizing your feelings. This may relate to a situation where you feel outnumbered or where others hold power over you, leaving you feeling defenseless or unheard. Can I say this about life? That this is life outnumbering me, if that makes sense? Or bullying me? Then in that case, makes sense. But I also, understand helplessness, just sometimes not knowing what I can do, or whatever I do, it's not working. And once again, they are talking about where I feel a lack of control. So maybe I am actually someone who likes to control things, but just don't. Maybe. Number 3, suppressed frustration or anger. The progression from polite requests to frustrated screams in your dream could reflect a buildup of suppressed frustration or anger that isn't being fully expressed in your daily life. There may be things that are bothering you or causing you discomfort, but you're trying to remain polite or nice rather than addressing them directly. This dream could be a call to explore areas in your life where you're holding back your true feelings, perhaps because you don't want to hurt others or fear conflict. This is getting a bit too real, and I am a bit scared, but at the same time, yeah, those are my dreams. So a fear of conflict, holding back my true feelings because I don't want to hurt other people. I've talked about it in other episodes, and yeah, it's definitely true. So it's just my mind tell me something that I already know. In the end, reflecting on the dream, ChatGPT says, if you're experiencing these dreams frequently, consider examining the areas of your life where you feel that your boundaries are threatened or that others are not respecting your autonomy. Reflecting on these relationships and asking yourself what specific actions, even small ones, might help you feel more empowered and respected can be beneficial. Keeping a journal about your experiences, noting any situations that bring up similar feelings of frustration, could also be a powerful way to identify specific triggers and work on responses that feel more assertive and self-protective. I feel like I could keep a journal, but that I would do it for like 2 days and then just forget about it or not do it anymore. Yeah, some things about it are, I think, true about me not expressing my feelings or anything, but also it looks like ChatGPT takes it way harder than it is like really with people not respecting my boundaries. I'm lucky that's not my case, but if you have a similar dream, maybe also you can think about it. So that's it for my 2 most recurring dreams, and now I think we can also talk about the most common ones, because just those 2 I think are actually pretty specific. You cannot relate to them. Once I heard, for example, that if you dream about having sex with someone, especially if it's not your partner, it actually doesn't mean you want to have sex with them. It means that you wish you knew them more, or that you would feel more connected to them. So I hope it reassures you and makes you feel less awkward when you dream about that. But let's see what ChatGPT has to say about that. So they say these types of dreams are actually quite common and usually don't mean that you consciously want to act on them. Instead, they often symbolize underlying desires, emotions, or areas of exploration in your waking life. Like, for example, a symbol of an explored quality. Often, the person you're dreaming about may represent a quality you admire or desire to integrate into yourself or your relationship. For example, if the person is confident, artistic, or adventurous, the dream could symbolize a desire to bring more of that quality into your own life or relationship. So it's more that you want to embrace what the person are more than you want the person. And now I'm just gonna check what are the most common reoccurring dreams. So there might be one that you have, and let's see what they mean. The first one is falling, and I actually have that a lot, but I'm not sure it's as a dream. I'm sure it happens to a lot of you also, when I just fall asleep and then I dream I'm falling and then I wake up skipping or jumping, Here they say that dreams of falling often reflect feelings of insecurity, loss of control, or fear of failure. These dreams may indicate that you're experiencing a lack of stability in some area of your life, like your job, relationships, or personal confidence. Emotion, they are usually accompanied by anxiety or fear, which may hint at underlying worries or unresolved stress. So I guess we are all just big balls of anxiety, huh? I guess I'm not the only one, because they say this is the most common one. So being chased. Dreaming of being chased usually represents avoidance. Something in your life is causing anxiety or fear and you're avoiding facing it. The chaser can be a person, an animal, or even an unknown presence, symbolizing stress, responsibility, or unresolved issues. These dreams tend to bring out feelings of fear or stress, signaling that there may be a situation you need to confront. Actually, I dream also about that, and it can be an animal or people, so yeah. But once again, I'm not the only one, and I'm pretty sure more than half of you listening also dreaming about that. So yeah. Being late or missing an important event. This, I dream about it, but really when, for example, the next day I have a train at like 6 a.m. or something, or if I have an important appointment. So for me, this just means that, I don't like being late. I don't want to miss it. So for me, this is all it means. But let's see what they say. Dreams about being late usually symbolize stress or pressure, particularly with deadlines, expectations, or responsibilities. They may reflect a fear of missing out. Funny, because we talked about FOMO, fear of missing out, with lyrics from Dragging from Glimmer 2 episodes ago. Failing or being unprepared. These dreams often create feelings of frustration, panic, or shame, which could mirror pressures in your waking life. It also resonates a bit because before I used to work in events, so deadlines, lots of them all the time, every time. And if you're not prepared, it's not going well. So most probably for my job, and actually also in my everyday life, I love being prepared. If I'm going somewhere, I want to see how I'm going, at what time I have to leave, and then what's gonna happen there. And so maybe this is not just about missing my train. Next one is being naked in public. Has happened to me also, but not so much, but I hear from almost everyone that it has happened. So dreams of being naked in public often relate to vulnerability, embarrassment, or fear of judgment. They suggest that you feel exposed or anxious about being seen as you really are, which might mean insecurity in social situations or anxiety about how others perceive you. The feelings of shame or embarrassment in the dream mirror anxieties about self-image, openness, or authenticity. So far, not one single positive one. And I guess we all have those ones. Yeah, definitely makes sense to not be seen and to be embarrassed because we're all born naked, but almost no one sees you naked. So yeah, definitely get why they would say that. And I'm gonna stop with the last one, which is the dream of flying. I don't think I've ever dreamt of flying, so let's see what it means and what I am not, I guess. Flying dreams can vary greatly depending on how you feel in the dream. If you feel free and joyful, it often symbolizes freedom, ambition, or a desire to rise above life's limitations. That's why I don't dream about it? Cool. However, struggling to fly or falling while flying might signify self-doubt or obstacles in reaching your goals. Yeah, I said before that I dream of falling sometimes, so checks out. Often joyful, but can also reveal struggles with self-confidence if the dream involves difficulty in flying. So if you're actually flying, it's just that you feel free, you feel ambitious, you have a desire to do better, but in a good way, not in a way that brings you down. And must be nice. But I don't know about it. And so I'm gonna stop with why do these dreams keep reoccurring? And ChatGPT says recurring dreams often emerge because they highlight unresolved issues, emotions, or patterns that need attention. Yeah, we got that. Our subconscious uses these repetitive symbols as a way of prompting us to confront, explore, or resolve these underlying themes. Taking time to reflect on recurring dreams, even through journaling or talking about them, can often reveal insights into things you may want to work through or embrace in your life. So basically, whatever you are suppressing, hiding, not telling, your brain will make you confront it, and you will not sleep in peace until you have resolved it. Thank you, brains. That's it for this episode today, and this was something a bit different, also because this is episode 10, and when I started I didn't even know that I would go further than 4 episodes. This was very different for me because usually I have a lot of notes so I can hold onto them and cling onto them so I'm not lost, and here I went a bit clinging on those ChatGPT notes but not prepared. So let me know what you think about it. Maybe I can find another topic. As you see, even talking about dreams, we still come back to anxiety and lack of self-confidence. So I guess this is really a recurring topic in my life. But I also like to bring it in a lighter way. If you like the episode, please leave a review. You can also leave a comment about what are your recurring dreams, for example, or is there any song that matches your dreams, for example? And you can always follow me on Instagram at IntoTheCavePod. And I will talk to you again next week with new hard-hitting lyrics. And meanwhile, be kind to yourself. Bye!